guys a little bit of the benefits of some of these poses and kind of give you a step-by-step process of how to advance your balancing poses, because they can seem a little scary at first, but trust me, you can definitely do them. So the other day we spoke about tree pose, and I wanted to start with tree pose because it can be very basic or it can be a little bit more complex depending on your ability. So we start by placing the foot right above the ankle, and this can be good for us. So it's right above the ankle, toes are still touching the ground. And this is a really great start to trying to maintain your balance. And if you feel like you're wobbly here, maybe you can take a chair or place it in front of you. And then little by little you start to work yourself to a point where you can just manage maybe this. The point of these poses are to challenge yourself. If you've already mastered one, it's always great to come into the next. So we can always move up a step, and we can place our foot in between our ankle or in our knee, or right here on our thigh. From here, we have other poses that we can do once we felt as though, we're comfortable. The main thing about balancing poses is the feet. Being able to web those toes and press into that big ball, that little ball, and that heel into the ground so that you have a really great foundation, right? So we want to make sure that we're like inhaling and exhaling while we're doing this and webbing those toes. Really standing up nice and straight. So most of the balancing poses we're doing today are kind of standing balancing poses. There are a number of other ones that you can do with your body, but we'll just do the standing ones. And this will help you to gain the strength that you need to move on to some more advanced and complex poses. So inhaling and exhaling helps, and then squeezing that core and incorporating that core into the practice, realizing that it's there, not hunching over, but really squeezing it and lifting up through the body. So from the hips all the way up, through the belly, through the chest. We just breathe. Our next pose that we can move on to, and I say that you can definitely manage this, is Warrior 3. Now the great thing about Warrior 3 is that you can come through your Warrior 1, you can open up into your Warrior 2, and then like most people, they jump into their Warrior 3, right? To be able to get that jump, you need that lift off. You need to be able to web those toes, squeeze that core, kind of try to square the hips towards the ground, and extend those arms out in front of you. Now the hands can touch or they can be apart. That's your choice. From Warrior 3, I like to always come down into a half moon. Half moon is very relaxing. Like right now, I'm just closing my eyes because it's so relaxing. And I'm not scared to fall, not even in front of you, because this is part of balance. It's how we learn to keep our balance and advance in these poses. Alrighty. So another pose that I think is pretty simple and is good for balancing in the beginning is airplane pose. And sometimes you'll see people, instead of doing Warrior 3, they do airplane pose. And airplane is really, really great on those legs. If you can really extend it up, you can just feel that lift through your body and just really feel that strength come within. And then one of the more advanced poses, and I always would probably say maybe try it, but just be mindful to laugh at yourself if you fall a little bit, is standing bow pose, right? Woo! So standing bow pose can be really, really beneficial. They do this a lot in vinyasa and like hot yoga classes, but you can definitely kick into your foot. Kick your foot into your hands. Breathe in, breathe out, really extend that body, and just breathe. So those particular poses are pretty much the most common standing poses that you'll see in balance. I might be missing one, but definitely good to try to incorporate them into your practice. Don't be scared. And one more time, we'll go over on the left side to just straighten out that left leg. You can definitely do it with us. So, in the beginning, you may be starting out in tree pose, and this is a perfectly acceptable and good decision, good choice for your body. So, start here if you need to. If you find that maybe you've advanced beyond that particular modification, you can slowly bring your leg up, foot placed in between your knee and your ankle. The last but not least is on your quad. And here, you know, once you get to this pose, you can really find yourself in some nice, beautiful meditation. Where you place your arms a lot of times in these poses will kind of help you or maybe throw you off balance a little bit as you challenge yourself a little bit more. You're going to see like what works for you and what doesn't. And then we can move on to our Warrior 3. And we can go directly into it, or like I said, Warrior 1, 2, and then lift off 3. Oh, there we go. And we're standing on one leg here. We're squeezing that core, right? Or extending our bodies out to their maximum. If we like, we can come into that half moon. Get some of that relaxation and that twist on the body. Really trying to pivot that shoulder back and looking up and breathing as we extend more into the pose than ever before. That's the trick with the balancing poses. You have to throw yourself into your fears, right? And breathe. We have our airplane pose. And it's best to breathe into the sensation rather than the tension. We can all feel the tension at this point in our bodies, right? But if we're transitioning from balance pose to balance pose, at a certain point, you're going to find that you gain hold of those muscles and you develop that strength that you need in order to carry you to the next level in your balancing routine, in your balancing practice. So, you're welcome to keep trying these different poses, maybe little by little incorporate them. And if you're more advanced, you can keep practicing these poses because they never lose their benefits. No matter how advanced you become, they are still a magnificent way to just increase the stamina in your body, your inner strength, and bring mental clarity. So I invite you to maybe replay this video. You can also check us out on our website. We have other videos as well at creativemindsyoga.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and email me. Our email is on the website. Look forward to spending more time with you as my students.